We Love Facts presents 12 Ways You're Secretly Tricked by Companies. Shrinkflation. You know the feeling. You buy the same items each week at the supermarket. They don't seem to last as long as they used to. Well, there's a very good reason. Crafty manufacturers are making their package smaller. In general, consumers are 4 times more sensitive to price than package size. So instead of changing the price, they change the quantities. Marketing experts say shrinking sizes can be a savvy business practice for combating volatile costs and boosting profits without jacking up prices for consumers. Some companies, such as Mars, have even suggested that reducing the size of a high-calorie product is a contribution to tackling obesity. Gestures and touches. A salesperson often mimics your gestures and even get women to touch you. A woman's touch, but not a man's, make people of either sex looser with their money, so when that salesman touches your shoulder, you may unwittingly end up spending more. Additionally, some research shows that if a salesperson of either sex imitates your gesticulations, you're more likely to buy what he or she is selling. Product placement. Have you ever considered how supermarkets decide where to place items on the shelves and, more importantly, why they place them where they do? The items found on the top shelf are reserved for the healthy stuff, because shoppers who are trying to buy the healthiest items are already intent on buying that item. Moreover, these items are usually more expensive and higher quality. Brands that sell best are always in what's called the bullseye zone, right in your line of sight. It's the best placement and the manufacturers have to pay for it. Under that, the sugary products that kids will nag their parents for are at the child's eye level. On the bottom row are off-brand bulk items that only frugal shoppers will be looking for. If a shopper wants a cheaper price, they'll be willing to search around for the best deal. Happy brands. You may not notice it, but the 3 E's in Heineken are designed to look like they're smiling. Purpose is very simple. The happy face gives a friendlier appearance. Freddie Heineken, the grandson of the company's founder who would later become the chairman and CEO, said, "If we make our brand smile, we look so much friendlier." Similarly, the yellow arrow linking the A to Z in Amazon was created by design agency Turner Duckworth to look like a smiling face so that the e-commerce giant will benefit from feeling a little more human. Reciprocity. As psychologist Robert Cialdini writes in his book Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion, if someone does something for you, you're more likely to want to do something for them. Simply put, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Cialdini has found that when a restaurant server brings the check with 1 mint, people will tip 4% higher than normal. And with 2 mints, they'll tip a whopping 20% or more. Think about that the next time you go out to eat. Overpricing. Why shell out $59 for ossobuco when the lamb shanks are only $29? Restaurant menu strategists have long used this tactic of creating overpriced items to make everything else on the menu seem rather affordable. Most menus in nicer restaurants will have a really expensive option. This isn't actually aimed at getting people to buy that product, but to make people think that everything else looks cheaper. This sneaky tactic dictates the way consumers view every other price put before them. Gruen Effect. Retail spaces are designed for impulse shopping. When you go to a store looking for socks and come out with a new shirt, it's only partly your fault. Shops are trying to look so beautiful, so welcoming, the items so enticingly displayed and in such vast quantity that the consumer will start buying compulsively. It's basically when you enter a shopping center and become confused by the layout, thus forgetting why you're there and instead become an impulse buyer. When you lose track of your original intentions, then you're affected by the Gruen Effect. It's named for the Austrian architect Victor Gruen, who created such a manipulative technique. The Decoy Effect. Sometimes a company will include an additional price option just to make you think you're getting a deal. Professor of Psychology and Behavioral Economics Dan Ariely did a study of marketing strategy used by The Economist. The magazine offered 3 subscriptions: an online subscription for $59, a print subscription for $125, and a print and online subscription for $125. When Airly offered 100 students the three options, most students picked the online print combo since it seemed like the best deal. But when he took out the print-only option, most students picked the cheaper online-only one. Decoy pricing boosts sales of high-profit items by creating another version of the product solely to make the pricier versions seem economical by comparison. Markup to mark down. Why wait for holiday sales when you can find big markdowns pretty much any day of the week? Many retailers use a strategy called markup to mark down to lure shoppers and boost sales. The chain falsely inflates the prices of items and then lowers them through sales and discounts to make those bargains look just a little bit better. The tactic isn't legal in all countries. For example, in Denmark, you can't advertise a before price if it hasn't been sold for that price in your own shop for at least 2 weeks. Sounds fair to me. Anthropomorphism. It's the attribution of human traits, emotions, and intentions to non-human entities. Cereal and other brands use human-like mascots to make you feel like you know the product. What do a gregarious tiger or a spunky leprechaun have to do with your breakfast? Absolutely nothing. But researchers have found that we form emotional attachments when brands are anthropomorphized with characters. So you're not buying cereal, you're buying a friend. They drop the dollar sign. If you think the plain old 28 rather than $28 with the dollar sign on the menu of your favorite fancy restaurant is simply designed to look chic and minimalist, think again. A Cornell study found that a format that leaves off dollar signs and even the world dollar gets people to spend 8% more at restaurants. Start with fruits. Supermarkets put fruits and vegetables up front to coax you into buying junk food later. It's no coincidence that you begin your shopping experience in the produce section of virtually every supermarket. It's designed that way so you enter the store feeling good about your healthy purchases and don't feel as bad buying all those cookies, chips, and bottles of soda later. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and leave us a comment below. To stay up to date with the most amazing videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned. A new video is coming out soon.